you're really strange creatures and you don't even notice when you're doing something absolutely absurd. Now you may remember, and likely do, that you all know a story about someone who is inside a whale. That's Pinocchio, right? And you know, you go to that movie, maybe even as an adult, you watch that movie, and Geppetto's down there in the whale, in his little boat, you know, it's big cavernous inside. You don't really care that there's a bunch of things you don't care about. You don't care that those are drawings and not real people. You don't care about that. And you don't care that the inside of a whale isn't a cavern. And you don't care that Pinocchio's a puppet, for that matter. None of that matters to you at all, and that's because you're really strange creatures and you don't even notice when you're doing something absolutely absurd, and that's one of those times when you are. But if someone taps you on the shoulder and says, you know, you're just watching drawings of a puppet, puppets can't really move autonomously, and now he's at the bottom of the ocean, you have no idea why, he's going to rescue his father, and you're just sitting there and you're okay with that, and you'll say shut up because I want to finish watching the movie. And so that's interesting, you see. That tells you something about your unconscious if you're psychoanalytically minded, because you're doing something that you cannot account for. Now you might say, well, it's enjoyable. The question is, A, why is it comprehensible? B, why is it enjoyable? C, just exactly what are you doing there? And you think that whatever you are doing there is so valuable that you'll actually pay to do it. Weird. Very, very weird. And you know, when you read about, let's say, the archaic rituals of tribal people, and you ask yourself, just what are they up to? You might think, well, they're up to the same thing that you're up to when you go see a movie. So, and then you might also notice that the most expensive artifacts, or among the most expensive artifacts that human beings create, are movies. They spend hundreds of millions of dollars on them, and we consider that a good deal. And you know, it drives our technology too, because the high-tech movies, like the Marvel movies that require so much computer animation, they actually drive the demand for high-end graphics chips. So our technological advance forward is actually motivated in part by our desire to represent things fictionally in ever more spectacular manner.